Today we're going to talk about the psychological impact that a father has on his son and how he develops his sense of identity, his role in relationships, and the way that he shows up in the world. In the past, we've made a lot of videos about father wound and how to heal from that, the type of father that you might have had growing up, but today we're going to dive into the psychological impact that your father had on you growing up, which is just going to help you understand so much more where some of those woundings might have come from. Which leads us into the very first role that a father provides, which is a sense of independence and autonomy. Men are biologically the warriors, the hunters. So having a sense of self, that you can go out, that you can conquer, that you can do things by yourself, is generally what the male figure represents to another male figure. While a mother is going to play a very nurturing, comforting, soothing role, protecting the child's safety, the father's role is one that encourages risks, is one that allows a little bit of danger to come into the child's life, walking before maybe they should, or crawling into areas that might seem a little risky. Obviously, they're paying attention, but they're allowing the child to develop a sense of authenticity that is all their own. The next biggest psychological contributing factor that a father has on a son is discipline and boundary setting. Typically, the father tends to be the disciplinarian in the relationship, whereas the mother is soothing and comforting her child. The father is the one that comes in and sets rules that helps follow guidelines. And this is very important because in everyday society, we just don't get to do whatever we want. So if a father is not present, a child may find it very difficult to follow the guidelines, to do things the way that helps benefit them as far as safety, rules and regulations, or even respecting their fellow man. Helping them learn limits and consequences helps them develop a sense of self-control and responsibility that carries with them all throughout life. This leads us into number 3, which is role modeling. A father contributes to the ethics, the values, and the roles to which a man should play in society. Observation of positive male roles is what's going to help develop a man's sense of masculinity. If he doesn't have a strong male mentor in his life, he's going to often feel misguided, or he's going to become attached to the role of male that he sees in society, which can be very toxic or misleading as far as what he should, base his morals off of, or what he should actually chase in life. Number 4 is risk-taking and challenges. Having a strong father figure encourages you to take risks and push yourself. This helps a child develop a sense of overcoming fear, of perseverance, of knowing that even though there's going to be hard days, that he can make it through anything. If your father was someone who didn't really take a lot of risks, or who didn't inspire you or encourage you to go after things because they were too risky, you may have a problem with resilience and a sense of courage. You're also going to tend to lack a little bit of confidence because you never pushed yourself to the limits to see who you were and to see how far you could go. A lot of times people think if we don't fail, we're not going to feel bad about ourselves, but it's actually when we go after very small things that, like, our goal is up here and we go after a goal down here, that even if we hit that, we still don't feel good because we know that we could have done better. This leads us into our next role, which is preparation for the outside world. With the general father-mother roles, the mother tended to stay at home where the father went out and worked and was the breadwinner. Obviously, roles like that aren't so much today, but the general preparation for the outside world comes from the father. He was initially the one who hunted, he was initially the one who paid the bills and provided, so he's the one who kind of goes out into the world and sees the different cultures, the different dynamics, the different things that are going on. So he brings home the lessons that prepare you for the outside world. If you had a father that didn't do much, didn't explore much, or is unwilling to share his lessons or even go deeper on topics, you're going to kind of struggle with a sense of how do I handle things, especially if you are also sheltered. If you're protected from every woe and every fear and every scary thing that's been happening in the world, it's going to be really hard for you to develop an actual sense of what the real world is like. Once again, it's important to recognize that these rules are not rigidly defined. There are a lot of father-mother dynamics that are different. Culture impacts things. Whether you have brothers and sisters impacts things, and your own personal perspective also impacts things as well. And I did leave out some key aspects here, such as emotional bonding and attachment, because those are mainly targeted by the mother, but all of those also are contributed by the father. We just wanted to get very specific in these particular videos. So let me know in the comment section below if this helped. And if you want to check out the father wound video right here, this is going to give you a really great foundation on understanding that better. So let me know what other videos you want in the comment section below, or if this helped you, and I'll see you next time.